Welcome to the channel. Let's talk about the midterms today. And since the Civil War, the party that holds the presidency has gained or kept the House, gained seats or kept the House only 3 times. So we're in unique territory here, but I've got really good news for you. You're going to want to stick with me. I'd appreciate if you like, share, and subscribe. Huge boost to the channel. And we've got a lot to look forward to in the midterms, and I'll explain why. Let's start with a clip from CNN, which sort of says it all.
The warning sign is this: Democrats have an edge, but compared to what we see historically, it's really not that big of a lead. I mean, just take a look here. Okay, this is Congress National June polls, Dem leads, and this is NBC News, midterm years with the GOP press. Look at this. They're up by 5 points, but that's half the lead they had back in 2018 when it was 10 points, and less than half the lead they had back in 2006 with 11 points when Democrats took back the House in both of those years. And now the Democratic lead is on a single hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. And it's this type of lead where you say, you know what, Democrats are ahead, but don't count your chickens just quite yet.
And Harry, we've been talking about this. As time goes on, you and I have kept on looking at these numbers saying it just doesn't look like the numbers we've seen when there have been waves for Democrats in the past. What are the trends in the other polls?
Yeah, okay, so this is not just one poll in which we are seeing this. There is this group of pollsters that are out there that are just not showing the wave you might expect given where the president's approval rating is. Okay, what are we talking about? We're talking about NBC, Marquette University Law School, and Ipsos. Look at where they were January and February, and look at where they are May and June. NBC, down a point. MU Law, down 3 points. Ipsos, basically staying the same. So the Democrats hold these leads, but again, you have this group of pollsters that are out there where this lead, simply put, is not matching what you might expect if you're expecting a Democratic wave.
And that's sort of in a vacuum. What about in a year where Republicans have already made significant gains in terms of redistricting?
Exactly right. So
All right, that's enough of that, but you see the point. Because a bombshell poll just stopped. The Economist YouGov poll, and this blue wave is not materializing in the least. You saw there, they've got a 2-point lead when I'm going to show you, usually they have a double-digit point lead. Now, let me add this to the stage and show you this poll and pull myself off for a second. So it's 46 Democrats to 44. And you have to remember what we have going on here is there's something called the summer response bias. Okay. Republicans have lives and they go on vacations and they do other stuff during the summer. But Democrats, they're like, can't wait to get to the next, Obama approved event or no Kings protests, that kind of thing. But notice the trend here. In February, Democrats are up 7. In May, Democrats are up 5. And in June, it's just 2 points. So that does not bode well for a party that usually needs double-digit leads to win. Okay? And not even to mention all of the different things going on to make sure we have some voter integrity in these states, that they're going to either send their lists in a month before the election, or they're going to have serious problems. So historically, Republican polling takes a dip in the summer. I told you why. Their Democrats are basically miserable Ken and Karens and can't wait to get to their next event. So the standard double-digit lead isn't there. Why? Well, Trump makes a deal with Iran. Gas prices plummet. Okay. That's huge. it's always the economy, stupid. And people are looking at a huge foreign policy win, all-time highs in the market, and the 250th celebration, and they're feeling good about their country. Let me show you. I'm going to take myself off and show you one more screenshot here. So in this poll here from open source, Crystal Ball has it 213 Republican seats, and you need 218 to control the House. So 213, 206, that's 16 toss-ups. Inside Elections has it 217 to Democrats, 204 with 14 toss-ups. And the Cook Political Report, Republicans 212, Democrats 205 with potentially 18 toss-ups. That does not look good for the Democrats. And it looks like the Republicans just need to maintain what they have and pick up one seat. So we've had redistricting that's helped in, we've started to battle the Democrats on the ground they want to fight on. They always want to, do anything they can, I mean, honestly, to cheat. And so Republicans started redistricting and everyone saw them lose their mind. Well, they're losing their mind because they don't have the double-digit lead in the summer when they expected to. Let's look at voter registration. In the 30 states that track voter registration by party affiliation, Republicans are dominating in all 30 states. Even NBC News is reporting that Republicans have reduced the longstanding Democratic advantage by 1 million voters just since the 2024 elections. So in voter registrations, which really tell us the story, Republicans are up 1 million votes since the last election. Voter registration is one of the most accurate predictors of which way people vote, because people actually took the time to go and join a party. It's a positive move, which takes effort. Let's look at the bank accounts. Republicans are flush with cash. Democrats are in debt. Republicans have 109 million cash on hand. Democrats have 15 million, but they're 17 million in debt. Okay. And that's just the party committees. When you add in the full Republican tranche, if you will, the RNC, the NRCC, the NRSC, and Trump's MAGA Inc. super PAC, we have upwards of $1 billion going into the midterms to fight every single election. But the Democrats are in a position they're going to have to make choices on which races to fund and which races to abandon. And that is huge. The Economist YouGov has Democrats lead at just 2 points. The House redistricting gives Republicans a pathway to holding the majority. Voter registration numbers, gas prices, the economy. Republicans are flipping almost 1 million voters. That's terrible news for Democrats. And this is why you're seeing them lose their mind. Every indicator I can see is telling me the Republicans will maintain control of the House. Now, you'll be able to hold me accountable on my prognostication here in just a couple of months. Thought this was important, thought it was a good story, and it's good news. Hope you'll share it. Have a wonderful day. God bless.